So today we're at One Tree Hill. Usually we train pretty hard from Monday to Friday, but on Saturdays we try different things. We go to different places. You get a little repetitive doing the same thing every day in the dojo. So we try and find somewhere different. You know, it gives them a little bit of motivation, training and seeing the scenery, just to stimulate the mind. There's a loop, and we get the boys to go around it 10 times sometimes. If they don't train hard enough on Fridays, I make them bear crawl all the way up and down.
Push. So, brother. Good job, Rich. Yeah. Woo. Good job, brother.
Rich is one of the guys that works full-time. He starts at 9 p.m., finishes at 6 a.m., and then comes straight to training. So along with his fitness, it's a bit tough. Doesn't matter how heavy you are, how small you are, it's always hard going uphill. You're always gonna battle. As you saw with him, it wasn't just him. Everybody goes through it. It's expected. Life's hard. New Japan training is harder.
First interaction with Fale-san was in 2017. Two of my friends had signed up and they were messaging me and telling me, like, this is the best thing we've done for our wrestling career. We're learning so much. There's all these different opportunities and gateways that are now being opened. So I was living in Melbourne, working. It was kind of getting to that point where, you know, do I want to take this serious? I'm talking to my friends at the moment and they're saying, if you want to take this serious, Fale Dojo is a strong place to go. My name is Jake Taylor. I'm 28 and I'm from Torquay, Victoria in Australia. One night I was laying in bed and I kept looking through the dojo, kept looking at the pictures and everything, and then I just said, fuck it, and signed up, came here for a tryout. Yeah, that's when I met Fale-san at the tryout. I signed up for my first 3-month course, which was hard, but yeah. Fale-san himself, though, a very intimidating person, but also the most caring person.
Come here. Listen, I don't want to be a dick, right? Why you keep doing that?
I don't know which way to go.
Where was I going?
Down this way.
Then why were you pointing to go that way?
Because we were going that way before.
Every time we start, there's always those few kids who think they know everything or they know better than the coaches and they talk back. So a lot of them, they get there and then the next morning, they're gone. I went that way, where did Rich go?
This way.
Then why did you want to go that way?
I don't know.
Come on then, you gotta watch. In this business, you gotta listen, you gotta watch. You don't fucking go this way when everybody's going that way. If you wanna go that way, then fuck off and go that way. You get what I mean?
Hi.
No.
Hey. Hi.
Dan is a good kid. He's been with us since he was 15 and pretty much seen him grow up. You know, we treated him nice because we were looking after him, but now it's training. Now he's got his chance to make something of his life. But he still acts like he's being a kid. So I had to discipline him to show him that there's a line. There's a line of me being a coach or me being a friend or a father figure for him.
The very first time I watched professional wrestling, I was 12 years old. It was at my friend Jackson's house. His parents were separated. My parents were going through a separation. And his dad would always send videos down of all the pay-per-views that were happening. Ever since that pay-per-view, I was a wrestling fan. We kind of feel like we're on the other side of the world when it comes to wrestling. And I kept watching what was happening over in New Zealand and seeing that everybody was living just like normal. I'm very lucky to be here now. Back in 2017, I quit footy. I was playing Aussie rules and the injuries were kind of coming, and I just started getting depressed playing the sport and wasn't enjoying it. And that's when I, was thinking about what do I enjoy in life, what I love doing and watching, and wrestling was that. Over the last few years, we've been lucky for more eyes to be coming on the product, because the product in Australia, it does compete with some of the best in the world. For any Australian that wants to make it, Fale's son is now, I guess, the gatekeeper between doing the indies and getting paid in hot dogs and $50 a match to making a genuine income.
Stop following me!
Fucking hungry. You just chuck it on the fire, bro.
Shake, go, rock, stretch, arch, skill, jump, flex, arch, skill, jump,
Do you want to go to sleep?
edge,
Do you want to go to sleep, AJ?
no, shake, go, rock, stretch, edge.
We're hard on these guys because, one, it's health and safety, first and foremost. We want longevity, so we want these guys to last.
Yeah, dead. So you want a twist thing, yeah? Does that make sense? Good. Can you go again, Dan? Just show me. Yeah, slow down, relax. We're gonna be throwing, slamming, all that kind of stuff. We have to make sure we're warm. So make sure you feel it in the right spots. Good.
Guys, the next time I come in here and I see you guys looking like you're gonna fall asleep, I'm gonna wake you guys up. And you know how I'm gonna do it. Well, this is where it starts. When you warm up, wake up.
At the end of the day, too, it's a business. So if you're not going to be at a certain standard, a certain level, it mucks business up as well. So that's another reason why we're hard on the guys in terms of, if you want this as a career and you want it to be a successful one, you've got to take it seriously. My name is Mark Tui, and I am the co-owner of the New Zealand Dojo. Just doing some business trips today, and we're picking up our uniforms, and some of the new Aussie guys are also coming over. Some will come in thinking it's going to be a walk in the park. Some will come in, it's a complete culture shock, and then some just don't get it whatsoever. This intake, we do have a couple of guys that currently wrestle on the independent scene, but it's one thing to wrestle on the independent scene, and then it's another thing to come and turn it up a notch and try to make it pro. I always say to the guys that true colors don't come out until the second month. When the second month hits, that's when that's when everything starts to come out, because now they're starting to get comfortable with each other. We've been doing this since, 2016? Every intake that we've had, there's always one or two people that break. It's either they're not complying or they're not following what we've told them to do. They come in and they have like I said, they have these preconceived ideas of what should be and how it should be run. And then eventually, it eventuates to nothing, really. We've seen a lot of guys come in for one whole week, leave, because they were fans, and now they realize how serious this business is. And then we've had some people come less than 24 hours, not even 14 hours, and then come and then leave. It's as real as it is in Japan. Same thing here, man. Sorry, brother. Yeah. All good for them. So we're trying to prepare these guys, because if they do get to that next level in Japan, it's not a culture shock. It's not so much of a shock. They're used to it. What size are you?
XL.
XL. All right. But try it anyway. Yeah. See?
XL.
XL.
Try this one.
Remember, guys, it stretches as well. So.
Yeah.
Is that a large or XL?
This is a large. I think this is just.
Hey, listen up. Put it on. Put your clothes on and then listen up. They get too excited. Jesus.
You like it?
Hey!
You want to keep it?
Hey!
You can. You keep it when you complete the sentence. Okay, if you leave or you run away before that, we're gonna come look you, because this is company property. Okay. The only way you're gonna keep it if you stay the whole 3 months. Get through the training, and it's yours. Right? That's a special way. That's all. Right? Printers, especially from Japan, for us. Okay? Take pride in it. We use us when we go places as a team.
Please, guys, please look after yourselves. Okay, not just your bodies, but also what you wear. Spray yourselves, wash your clothes. Okay, your appearance, the way you look, says everything about you. Okay, if you come looking like a muck, your training and everything is a muck. It's a joke, so we're gonna treat you like a joke. So some of the guys are back at the house with a cold, so we're just keeping them under wraps. We're 3 weeks in now. Conditioning is getting better, but now it's the fundamental things. Stop. What the fuck? Come on, guys. Holy shit. Here. Oh, so if I was doing... Come on, man. Here. So if you're here, some of you are already standing here and then you're doing it. That's why maybe you're getting your steps wrong, because you've already stepped. Start here. Start here. And depending on what arm you're going through, then step through. Guys come here and they expect to do all the flashy stuff, and yeah, nah. We drill the basics here, because if you can't do that, then there is no way we're going to let you do all the high-risk moves you see on TV. It doesn't work like that here. We drill this into your head for a reason, and it's to make you a real wrestler.
If I get through, I'm gonna throw you.
Block it off, block it off.
Got my guns.
Anyway, you're gonna learn.
Okay, the guys who's blocked. Otherwise, they get it from through. Get it?
So we're driving to go pick up Sebastian Matters. He came in an intake, the last intake of 2018. Sebastian came in an intake, did really well. Fale-san saw a lot of potential in him. He went to Japan, didn't last a week, came back. So I think ever since then, it's always haunted him, because it's always at the back of his mind. What could have been? And rightfully so, because, you know, what are we in now? We're in 2021. That was 2018. He probably could have been wrestling by now, if you think about it, really.
Has he been vaccinated? No.
Yeah, he said he came back negative. So he's all good. That's it? Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Aja. You're all right, you're all right. How are you, Sebastian? Hey, mate, good to see you. Yeah, how's things?
Good. Andrew, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, finally.
So we'll get you to ride with AV. Yeah. And then we'll head over.
Oh, what is this? Hello.
Good.
Chachka. He's a clean man. How's it
Oscar was with us for a year before he got the opportunity to go to Japan. First 3 months he got into a lot of trouble with us, which caused him to do a lot of fouls and squats. So I heard you're having problems.
Yeah. I haven't taken a single bump in. When did I leave Japan? March, end of March. And since then, I've just been waiting patiently, and it's just COVID. Man, it's been hard.
After his 3 months, he was planning on leaving, but I saw something in this kid. He had the height, the looks. I convinced him to stay and give it another go. And when he did, he just blossomed. Try and remember your training that you did here and in Japan. Yeah, try not to pick up any bad habits. That's all I'm worried about.
Just so eager to get back into it. I think about it every second of my day. And it's like you see this like dark tunnel, and there's no light at the end of it.
Every day that passes is a day closer to those borders opening. So now is the time to start focusing.
Well, it takes a special person to become a wrestler up here and here.
Yeah.
You're thrown into this pandemic, and then you have to struggle mentally. You know, for guys like us, we've wrestled for years, and we've learned how to deal with that stuff. So, you know, I feel for him, and you know, a lot of our ex-students are going through the same thing. If the border's open and Japan says wait, then you get your ass over here, because this is New Japan here in New Zealand. So
I'm ready. I mean, I look at that thing every day. That's the next thing, right next to my TV. Beautiful shirt right there.
don't hesitate to call, eh? Anytime. If you need to talk.
Thank you. I really miss you guys.
My first intake that I was here, the whole 3 months when you're training here, it feels like everything's a test, from cleaning to the way you train, how you react in public, representing the dojo, how you do your greetings in Japanese. Every little thing is always felt like it's a test.
Keep that in mind, because I hear everything, guys. When you guys are around, I can hear it. Tony, Mark, all these guys hear it. It's gonna get more strict when we pick up on these little things. Get it down. You two try and catch up with that. Oh, gather around.
When it came to the last day of my first 3 months, I spoke with Fale-san. I said, you know, what do you reckon about me in Japan? And he said, Jake, I don't think you're ready. So I came back for another intake, and we were doing recovery at the pool in the sauna, and he pulled me aside in the pool, and he said, Jake, you're going to Japan. You and Oscar are going to Japan.
Yeah, we'll take a couple, like, serious ones and then some relaxed ones.
It's 8 o'clock this morning. We're doing a couple of photo shots for press and New Japan as well. We've got all the young lions here dressed up in the tracksuit, the uniform as well. So some of them today, you can really see the pride coming out. Hopefully, by wearing this, it should uplift their spirits and really get them going in terms of trying to achieve what they're here to achieve, which is get a full-time contract and work for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, coming closer. Close.
The good thing about coming back this time around, growing up, like, I had 4 siblings. I got 2 stepbrothers. Like, there's 6 of us. So I'm used to being in a big family. Everybody has to work as a team to get everybody through. And that's exactly what someone wants us to do, is work as a team to get through. Because if one of us is struggling or one of us makes a mistake with cleaning, we're all getting punished. We're all making that mistake because we didn't help that person.
That's why we get them to live together, you know, eat, travel, everything they have to do together. Obviously, they're going to argue and disagreements here and there, but that's all part of being part of this particular company, because obviously when you get in the ring, you need to know who you're wrestling with.
The hardest lesson that professional wrestling has taught me. Wow. The The joke answer would be that fake tan is expensive. But the real answer would be uncertainty is the hardest thing in life. There's no guarantees in wrestling, and uncertainty will cripple a person. How you deal with that is how wrestlers keep going forward, I think. Even to sign up to the dojo, I had to have that conversation with my partner. I signed up, and a week later, I was heading to New Zealand. And we just moved into our, our first own place. And then that's when the uncertainty came. Am I going to be here another 3 months? Or am I going to be here in New Zealand for another 9 months? What's the go? So then I was going to Japan, which would be 9 months all up. I'd be away from my partner. I remember coming home, and I remember waking up next to my partner at the time, and I felt something was wrong. And I remember just saying, "This is it, isn't it?" And she said, "Yeah." I had a person that I thought I was probably going to marry one day was all gone because I'd chosen wrestling.
Dojo, take this shit fucking seriously. Everything we do, no matter where we are, 100% let's take it seriously.
I said we do it again. There's a group.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Hey.
Hey.
I was heading to Japan a month later. When I got there, I was like, we need to focus on the wrestling. I had Oscar, who I'd spent 6 months with, so we're just going to work together, we'll get through this together. None of us are going to quit. Because in Japan, we hear all the time of young boys that start there, and then after the first week, they disappear. They go running back home because it was just too hard. And we made a promise to each other that we were push through this 3 months, and whatever the cost. Getting to Japan was my most successful and happiest day in wrestling, but Japan was also my most miserable time for wrestling as well. It tests you mentally and it tests you physically. In Japan, I was struggling with my Achilles, and anytime I went to grab my Achilles or shown any pain while I was training, they pointed at the door and told me to get out. So sitting in your room after being told to get out of training, dealing with heartbreak and all these things that I was missing back home, I kind of understood why all those people had quit after a week, quit after a few weeks or a few months, but I still made it a thing that I was not going to quit while I was there for 3 months. I was going to get through it, and if I have to do it again to make sure I can wrestle for New Japan, I will, because I know now that mentally I can get through. The thing that keeps me going is that it's the dream. That's the simple answer. Ever since I was 12 years old, I watched that recorded video that my friend had, and while everything was, hard back at home sometimes, we had wrestling to escape to. And we could watch that and just zone out of anything else that was happening in the world and just watch it. Anytime something was happening at home that we were having trouble with, I always had wrestling to watch. And now that I have the chance to make that dream and that escape become my reality, that's all I want. I just want to be a professional wrestler.